We know these people, guys. They're your coworker, your sister, your good friend, the one who said they were going to Disney and you got all excited for them and then they came back and they said, Disney sucked. When those people come back, they usually have the same typical complaints. And these are them. Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. When it comes to Disney in general, Disney World, Disneyland, any of those parks, there's always the people who aren't gonna really love their time there. It happens, to each their own, right? But these people, when they come back, generally have the same 5 complaints or so. And I wanted to address each and every one of them because I think a lot of these, there's just ways to get around them being an issue. Let's start with the number 1 complaint that people have. It's too expensive. What am I doing? This isn't worth it. We know that this is a big complaint because there are literal t-shirts made that people wear constantly, making fun of the fact that it's so expensive. Guys, this t-shirt is not original. There's probably like 30 people wearing them a day at the parks. Just, it's not cool. Yes, Disney World, Disneyland, all of it is expensive. Any vacation is expensive. Now, granted, I'm sure you can find vacations in different places that cost you less, 100%. There's probably like cities you can travel to out there that are way cheaper, and that's where you want to spend your money, and that's fine. But this isn't a Disney problem. This is like an enclosed theme park resort thing problem. If you go to Universal, it's gonna be expensive. If you go to a, inclusive resort somewhere on an island, it's gonna be expensive because that's kind of the vibe that Disney has, right? We've got our own resort area. Everything is within this world, and you betcha you're gonna spend $3 on a bottle of water because you're in the parks and we gotcha, haha. I mean, yeah, have you never been to Six Flags? I feel like it's not all that surprising, and I think that there are ways to get around this. One is you need to do your research ahead of time. You know, don't get dragged into eating at a restaurant that you can't afford, and don't end up spending money on things that you don't need. Like, don't go for the souvenirs if they aren't a necessity. Maybe save some money by not park hopping. I do have some videos where I talk about going on a budget, and I do think that it can be substantially less money than most people spend, but those people don't take the time to look into prices of things, look into discounts, figure out how they can save a dime here or there. They just go and they spend the money and then they want to complain about it. The number 2 complaint, it's too crowded. Oh my god, there's just so many people all the time. Look, maybe I am just jaded to the idea of crowds. I live in New York City. You want a lot of people? There's 9 million plus people in this city every single day, plus more when you include the people who are commuting into it. And I deal with them on a hot, gross, crowded subway. So a line at Disney World sounds way nicer to me than there. But I get it. Not everyone lives in a big city. Not everyone has that experience. So when they go to Disney World, it is shocking. It's jarring. There's just so many people here. Again, one of the biggest tourist attractions in the United States. Crowds should not be a surprise to you. I think especially for people who go and are like, oh my god, I can't believe there are people. That's a little silly. I understand 100% having days where it's so crowded that it hurts. I've been there, it sucks, and that's never a good time. But don't go and think that a 30-minute wait for a ride is like astronomical, because it's not. It's kind of normal, and I think it's like unfair to just think you're gonna walk into Disney World and just have the whole place to yourself. It just doesn't happen that way. But again, I think this is a thing that with research you can avoid. You research the better times of year to go. I know I've said that there really is no downtime, and I believe that, but there are still better times than other times of year. You know, going for Christmas time, not one of those good times. Going for 4th of July, not one of those good times. Taking the time to figure out when to go that isn't too bad is important. Taking advantage of fast passes is important. Taking breaks so that you don't feel so crazy with the crowds is important. But also, yeah, Disney World's crowded. Like, if you can't do crowds, this is probably not the vacation for you. Number 3, Disney World is for kids. This is stupid. I don't know why I'm going. I'm just going for my kids, or I don't even have kids and I'm being dragged to this place, and it's made for kids. Look, can I just go back to Walt Disney literally saying that it was for kids and kids at heart? He literally said that when Disneyland opened. So, first of all, find your inner child. If it's not there, question if you have a soul. I can show you a million things that aren't just for kids. Like all the awesome bars and areas in Disney Springs. You can go out dancing and go be crazy at the Edison if you want to. Go to Dual and Piano Bar at the Boardwalk. There are beautiful restaurants that are perfect for date nights. There are extracurricular activities like renting a boat or, you know, going out kayaking or other things that, you know, adult people like to do, and kids. So I never understood this idea that Disney is just for kids. I can understand saying, Frozen ride, not for me. But there's so many other things beyond that that are for adults. And if they weren't, I don't think Disney would be as successful as it is. Like, if it didn't have aspects of it that appeal to everybody in a party. So put that "it's only for kids" thing away. That is an old notion. 4, the food sucks. It's all chicken nuggets, burgers, and fries, and they aren't even very good. It's all terrible. I don't know where you're eating. I mean, maybe if you're only eating at Cosmic Rays every day, yeah, that was a jab at Rob. I don't care. Then yes, maybe you're eating chicken nuggets every day. If you're only eating at the Pop Resort, then sure, maybe you're getting like lame pizza. If you do your research and you take your time, you're gonna find restaurants that have better food, and even some of the quick service places, you don't have to spend a bajillion dollars to have a good meal at Disney. There's just options at certain quick services that are just better. I would say Satuli Canteen in Animal Kingdom is one of the better quick services that you can go eat at. So take the time to look at the menus and figure out what appeals to you and get something that's a little bit better than a burger if that's not what you want. But don't say that the food isn't good at Disney, because there are good places to go. Will I say every place is great? No. It's like if you travel to a city, not every place in New York here is great. Trust me, I know. But if you do the research, you can find some really good places, and even good places that don't cost you an arm and a leg. And number 5, it's a cult. All the people who like it are crazy. I don't get it. I don't understand the magic. It's just everyone's brainwashed and it's a giant cult. You're right. You're right. I'm gonna be honest with you. The first time I went to Disney World, these like weird cast member guys grabbed me as a kid, me and my brother. They took us to this weird back room, they sat us down, and it was very Clockwork Orange, you know? They like kept our eyes open. They made us watch these videos of Walt Disney on opening day and, you know, clips from different Disney movies, and basically said you're gonna love it or you can't leave. So that is kind of what happens to a lot of us. But yeah, they definitely brainwashed us. Help me. But seriously guys, I think those are some of the biggest complaints that you hear. Most of these can be avoided with some research, well, except I guess the cult part, but I guess if I'm gonna be part of any cult, I'd rather it be a Disney one than something crazy like, I don't know, Scientology? If you feel that I've missed a major complaint that you hear from people, and you have like a good rebuttal for it, I would love to know in the comments below. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe. I make videos every single week. As always, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of the day.